Hello, my name is Maria Bezubova and you're at my channel Fertilizers Jazz. Here we talk about events, trends, technologies in the world of fertilizers and agriculture. Please subscribe to the channel, put like to this video, and let's jazz! Today is October 20 and this is a weekly markets update. Let's have a look at the news of week 42 and see what are the next trends. I'm traveling this week, so the update will be limited to key fertilizers news only. I hope to meet many of you tomorrow in Lisbon, where Argus Fertilizer Europe conference will take place. Please let me know if you would like to meet, and I haven't scheduled the meeting yet. In any case, we will catch up somehow during the couple of days during the conference. And next week I will share with you insights from the conference, as I usually do. The key news of the week is Indian tender first outcome, of course, that was revealed at the end of last week. RCF received almost 3.6 million tons offers from 25 suppliers versus its 2 million tons inquiry. Price offers are as follows: $395 CFR for East Coast and $402 CFR for West Coast. These prices are at the lower end of the expectations, lower in fact. So let's see if suppliers are willing to sell at such levels. There are different opinions now circulating in the market. Some players think that suppliers might feel pressure to sell and will support such level. Others doubt because the European and Brazilian active purchasing season is approaching, so the pressure might be overestimated now. Participation of Chinese tons is still unclear. Generally seems like there will be no additional quotas granted to the exporters. At the same time, certain amounts will head to India, but how much is unclear. Some sources say 100,000 tons, some evaluate as much as 400,000 tons. Let's see the final outcome next week, and it will be a very important part of discussion in Lisbon. Trading activity last week was slow because the market was waiting for tender results. There were only a couple of sales that happened actually. Nigeria and Dangote sold 2 November cargoes, 30,000 tons each, at mid-390s FOB. And that was it for sales from Africa. In the Middle East, Qatar Energy sold 45,000 cargo as a result of earlier tender at stunning $410 FOB, obviously out of the current market range. Also, Shiuchi is rumored to sell 3 cargoes, 40,000 tons each for November shipment. Somewhere in $380s FOB range, which is in line with previously conducted deals. In Southeast Asia, BFI is understood to sell a 30,000 tons cargo at around $400 FOB, also for November shipment. Demand was thin from almost everywhere. European demand is still to surface, and there will be more to discuss next week after Lisbon. Brazilian buyers decreased their bids even more, while some tons changed hands at the level similar to last week, somewhere between $420 to $30 CFR. In the US, there was no liquidity at NOLA. In ammonium sulfate segment, activity to Brazil supported price level out of China. Chinese copper price increased to $152 to $60 FOB range and granular to $170 FOB. Several Chinese producers are going to start maintenance that will tighten the balance in the market further in November. The nitrates market is still subdued. The only news is that Yara announced new prices for December, first time since June announcement. Prices are higher versus current level, but market is not in a hurry to accept, as even existing level is not competitive with urea values. In ammonia market, prices have been unchanged nominally, but the trend remains firm. Availability from the Middle East is limited, but spot activity was almost non-existing. The only sales were heard from Iran to Turkey around $510 to $530 CFR level. West of Suez, Algerian producers are looking into higher prices, and export availability has certain constraints as per info from the market. European buyers at the same time are resisting levels over $630 CFR, and there were no fresh deals last week. In Trinidad, expected gas curtailments in November will limit availability, so prices climb. Same in the US, export price range increased, but is quite wide, heard between $500 to $600 FOB. In phosphate segment, prices continue deteriorating. There are no outlets of significant demand globally, and affordability remains an issue. India DAP CFR price level dropped to $747 to $760 range, and ideas for further business are rather in 730s level. NBS subsidy decision was postponed for 2 weeks, so let's see what will come out for the next season. MAP price level to Brazil also dropped to $670 to $90 level, but trading activity was subdued. Ethiopian ABC has closed its tender for DAP and received lower offers. Saudi product was offered at around $742 FOB. For now, there is no information about awards, and previously we have seen tenders scrapped when market was bearish. So let's see if this one is finalized. Chinese export window for phosphates closed at October 15, so whatever was registered for export will be the last tons for now. Info from the market after previous week's IFA Crossroads conference indicated that there are still about 300,000 tons of export quota available. But as usually, everything about Chinese availability is rather vague. TSP prices also declined across all key benchmarks across the globe, following the same trends as DAP. So that's it for today. Let's see what is next around the corner, but it will be already next week. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, put like to this video, push the bell in order not to miss any updates, and see you soon. Hopefully, see you in Lisbon.